I sent around 100 cards ranging from modern to vintage to PSA, and today all of those cards have returned, so we're going to take a look at the cards and see what the grades are. Let's get into it. So here we go, guys. So many cards to show off today, and as you can see, they don't even fit on the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these all to the left, and we're going to go through these one by one. Now, I'm not going to do the trick where we kind of guess the grade because there are actually just so many cards to get through today. So we're just going to fly through and have a look at all of the different cards. If you do enjoy these type of videos, be sure to hit that thumbs up, comment down below, let me know so I can do more of these if that is what you like to see. But up first we have, I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit, we have a Quilava Reverse Holo from Unseen Forces. I actually just really like this, and this was a card that I picked up in the collection, and I thought, you know what, it looks pretty minty, looks pretty crisp, so I'll send it off. Unfortunately, it didn't get a 10, but it did get a 9. Up next, we have a Blastoise GX, which was a promo card in a PSA 9, which I do like Blastoise. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Blastoise. I think it's a cool Pokemon. We then get a PSA 10, our first of the video, Suicune from Shining Fates, one of the best baby shinies from that set for sure. I actually graded a lot of these promo cards, which are the Flareon or Evolution V and VMAX promo cards, because they're basically all arts, and in my opinion they're very, very underrated cards, and we managed to get this one in a 10, which is an awesome card. We got the Flareon V there, we have the Jolteon VMAX, which got a 10 as well. I love that card right there. We then move on to Radiance, another Pokemon card that I definitely feel is a bit underrated. Maybe it's just my personal opinion, but let me know your thoughts on Radiant cards down below, because I love this card. I really like the Radiant original three starters in Blastoise, Charizard and Venusaur. I think they look really cool. We then get a Gem Mint 10 Eevee on the ball. This was actually an UK exclusive. You had to spend, I think it was £15 in a shop called Game, and then you would get that card free. And that was to kind of celebrate kind of like the football in the UK, to be fair, in the World Cup. Up next, we have the Ancient Mew, probably one of the most popular cards out there. It's definitely Mew cards, and I managed to get a PSA 9. This was actually from my childhood collection. I think the thing that brought it down was the centering, especially on the front. This left side looks thinner than the right side, so a little bit upset that it didn't quite get a 10, but I would definitely take a 9 as well, seeing as that was straight from my my childhood collection. Okay, probably zoom in a little bit now. Up next, we have a Charizard and Reshiram GX from Unbroken Bonds. This is just the normal, not the full art or the secret rare or anything. Still a very cool card. It was a chase for me in the early days of getting back into collecting Pokemon cards. That's for sure. We managed to get another PSA 10 Eevee on the ball. Oh, this is a sick card. We get Full Art Ho-Oh EX from Breakpoint. Unfortunately, it didn't get a 10. It got a PSA 8. There is a bit of a ding in that corner, as you can see right there, and in the bottom one too. But still a beautiful card nevertheless. I really like Ho-Oh as well. There's so many Pokemon I like. Speaking of, Lucario is another one. I love Lucario. And here we have a level X Lucario, which also got a PSA 8. But just look at this card. Look at this card. It is so cool. There is the back, a little bit off-centered as well. But still a beautiful, beautiful card nevertheless. This one I'm really excited with. If you are new around here, my favorite Pokemon is Charizard. And I managed to get the Charizard GX from Burning Shadows. Look at that artwork in a PSA 10. Look at that. That looks so good. So good. We are continuing on with the Charizards. We get a PSA 10 at Charizard V-Star from the UPC, the Charizard UPC, which came out not too long ago, to be fair, the end of 2022. We get the VMAX right there. We then also get the Charizard V. Let me know out of the three which is your favorite. That also got a PSA 10, so very happy that I've got a complete trio of 10s. We actually have some Dragon Ball Super cards here. I love Gohan. Gohan's my favorite character, and here is a really cool and memorable moment in the anime where he's fighting Cell. We then also have this Son Goku Ultra Mastery. I think I picked this up at the at a card show, and I just thought this card looks really sick, so graded it, and luckily it got a PSA 10. We then have a Flareon VMAX, which is also a part of the premium collection boxes alongside the Flareon. Both of those come in the same box. They're going up in price, and in my opinion, people, they are very, very, very undervalued. So moving on to the next pile, we have an awesome card, which another card I picked up from a card show. It is the Gengar level X. Look at the eyes. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to get a 10. It did get an 8, but at the same time, I didn't expect it to get a 10 with corners like that. I still think it's just an awesome card. We got the Charizard, which is an awesome card as well from Lost Origin Trainer Gallery. Look at this Lugia from Legendary Treasures, black and white. Look at that card. So cool. I'd love to see this this sort of style. Although, saying that, Scarlet and Violet is bringing back EXs, and they are very similar to that. So, really like the blue borders on that. We then get a Blastoise from Celebrations in the PSA 10. That Lugia got a PSA 9, which is a bit unfortunate. It was so close to getting a 10. We had the Eevee on the ball. We now have Scorbunny on the ball, also getting a 10. So they had Inteleon as well, and then Pikachu, which was probably the hardest one to get, but it actually got pretty easy to get towards more recent times. We then get a full art Pikachu V from Vivid Voltage in a PSA 10. Very happy with that. We have a shiny Charmander from Hidden Fates. I have a Charmeleon in the PSA 10, and I am now looking to get the Charizard in a PSA 10. That is going to complete the trio for me, my favorite evolution line. This is a sick card right here. We have the Pikachu VMAX in a PSA 10 from Lost Origin. Look at that artwork. That looks so good in the slab too. Very happy that that got a PSA 10. We then move to one of my favorite sets also, which is Call of Legends, which is from 2011. Over 12 years old now. And this is the SL Ho-Oh, which got a PSA 9. So close to getting a PSA 10. But again, such a beautiful card. Shiny Ho-Oh. If you guys like shinies, that is definitely a set to look up because there are some really nice shinies in that set. We then get a PSA 8 Secret Wonders Ho-Oh. I do really like Ho-Oh, like I said, soft spot for Ho-Oh. We then move on to the legendary birds. We have the Articuno Secret Rare from one of my favorite sets, Supreme Victors. This got a PSA 9, which is so close to getting a 10 again. I did think it may have a chance of hitting a 10, but unfortunately it went to a 9. We then have the Moltres, which I also thought was better than the Articuno, but apparently not. And it managed to get a PSA 8. Still a beautiful card. Look at the swirl right under its beak. So nice. The artwork of those are incredible. We then get the Sleeping Pikachu, I like to call it, from Lost Origin Trainer Gallery in a PSA 10. That artwork of Pika is so good. Look at that. So good. We get a Radiant Venusaur from Pokemon Go. You guys know how much I would like the Radiance from that set. We then move on to Black and White Dragons Exalted. We have another Ho-Oh full art. Such a beautiful card. PSA 8 unfortunately had a couple of dings, and then as you can see on the back it is quite off-centered, which is slightly frustrating, but some of these I wasn't expecting to get 10s. I just think they look really good slabbed up. That is my favorite evolution card right there out of the premium collection boxes. We got 2 10s, which is good. We have a Jolteon V, which gives me supersonic vibes. Managed to get 10 back-to-back 10s as well. Like I said, I sent a few of these off just because I genuinely think these are underrated cards. And then we also get the Flareon on a 10, which is very nice. All right, moving on to the next pile. We got 3 piles left, guys. Like I said, there are so many cards back from this submission, around 100 cards, which is crazy. If you are enjoying this, be sure to hit that like button so I know to do more PSA returns. If you like the longer form ones as well, that's also good to know. Otherwise, I can split them up in like different videos. But we have the Giratina V-Star from Lost Origins Secret Rare. We have a Charizard V in a PSA 9, quite off-centered on the left to the right there. And then on the back as well, you can see the right is a lot thinner. So that got a PSA 9, quite justified if I'm being totally honest. We have the Gold Chonkachu from Lost Origin, another PSA 10 Charmander. And if there are any cards you guys are interested in this video, or any of my PSA returns, definitely drop me a message either on Instagram, which is PokeDean_. Drop me a follow over there, or feel free to email me, which is in the description. I really like this Rayquaza. This came from a triple blister pack. But I just think it's a really nice artwork of that Rayquaza. With the Radiant Charizard from Pokemon Go in a PSA 10. We get another Rayquaza in a PSA 10. This was from, like I said, the triple pack blisters. It was a really nice find in my opinion. I really like it. We have a Charizard from Detective Pikachu in a PSA 9. Very disappointing that I didn't get a 10, but it is what it is. We then get a Charizard VMAX from the UPC in a 10. We get the Vaporeon. I actually did really well with these cards because some of them, I remember looking at boxes, a lot of them were off-centered, so I managed to pick out some good ones. Charizard and Brexen, PSA 10 from Cosmic Eclipse. The Jolteon in a 10 from the Premium Collection box, another 10. The Jolteon V in a 10. We get a Charizard and Brexen in a 10 again, very nice. Then one was able to get a 9, unfortunately, not able to get 3 for 3. We get the Full Art Charizard from Champion's Path in a PSA 10, very nice. And then we also get another Jolteon, and then the VMAX in a 10. So like I said, loads of 10s from those, in my opinion. And some of these I will be selling. So like I said, if you are interested, be sure to let me know. Okay, next pile. We are 2 piles away from seeing all of these cards that have come back. And up next, we have a PSA 7 Charizard and Reshiram Full Art. I love this. One of my favorite Charizard full arts. I don't know why, the red is just so nice. Unfortunately though, it got a 7, which I can't quite work out how. It must have something to do with the surface, because the centering's really good, and even on the back it's really good. So I may even crack this and try regrade it and see what happens, but we'll have to see. We have an Infernape level X from Rising Rivals. Look at the artwork on that, so nice, such a beautiful card. We then get the Gold Mew from Lost Origin Trainer Gallery, PSA 10. Another PSA 10 Sleepy Pikachu. We got the Gold Pikachu and Zekrom. I actually picked this box up while away in Czech Republic, and it managed to get a PSA 10, so I'm very happy with that. Another Gold Mew, beautiful card. We have a promo Pikachu from the 2019 Fool's Collection chest, which got an 8. Now these, if I remember rightly, were pretty difficult to get out, and I think, I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, there's like a little indent on where it was being kept, which is slightly annoying, so I'm guessing that is why it got a PSA 10. More Vaporeons in a 10. We get a 10 Vaporeon V there. Another Suicune in a PSA 10. Very happy with that. 10 Charizard V-Star, my favorite out of the 3 promos from the UPC. We get another Kakarot box topper from Dragon Ball. This is really nice. This was actually, it came inside the booster box of Universal Onslaught. I think that's what the set was called. Another full art Charizard. We get a Gold Star Greninja from the Celebrations ETV in a PSA 10. I'm really happy with that one. We get a 7 in this Fire Energy from EX Emerald. Beautiful, beautiful card. I actually thought it may have got better than a 7, but apparently not. But still a very cool card nevertheless. We then have a Gold Mew again in the PSA 10. PSA 9 level X Infernape. Look at the card. Look at the artwork as well. Fortunately, wasn't able to get a 10. I don't really know. Other than centering, maybe centering. There is a swirl on the edge of that border. I don't know if you can see it. It looks so good. So good. But unfortunately not able to get 10. We get a Detective Pikachu in a PSA 10. Now, you actually got this early on when the DVD released. You got this free card whenever you purchased Detective Pikachu, and they don't do it anymore, so I thought I'd grade it because I guess they ran out of cards they printed, and to get out of PSA 10 I'm very happy. We then get the Sus Gengar in the PSA 10, very, very cool card, happy with that one. And then we get one of the half legend cards from Heart Gold Soul Silver Undaunted in a PSA 9. These cards are absolutely beautiful, and I'm hoping in this pile the other half is in there, so we might find it. But this is the final pile, guys, and like I said, if you ever want to get your cards graded, be sure to drop me an email. I do offer a middleman service. We have the Arceus promo card right there, so yeah, drop me an email, because a few of you guys have started to use me as a middleman and graded your cards for you. We got a level X Typhlosion EX level X. We got, sorry, a Typhlosion EX PSA 9 from Unseen Forces. That was the set. I literally forgot right there. We have probably one of my favorite cards that I was able to get in a PSA 10. I've graded this card 3 times and got 3 9s, and we have finally got a PSA 10 AR7, my favorite AR, because it was the first AR I pulled in my 10k celebration video. We then get a PSA 9 AR1, and then also we get a a PSA 10, sorry, AR8 as well. I really want to get a full complete set of these ARs. I think they're one of the best subsets out there. We have a special delivery Charizard in the PSA 9. I don't think I was able to get one of these in a PSA 10. I keep trying, but unfortunately I'm not able to do it. We get a Prime Mew from Heart Gold Soul Silver Triumphant in PSA 9. I actually really would have loved this to get a PSA 10, but I think the centering and maybe that little bottom corner is probably what stopped it from getting a 10. Another one of my favorite Mew artworks of all time. We get the Pop Series 5 Mew, and I didn't realize you can get this in a holo and non-holo. So this is the non-holo version, and it's a PSA 8. So I am definitely going to want to try and add the holo version to my collection, as well as I really want a PSA 10 Korokoro Mew. It's such a beautiful card. We have the Charizard from Lost Origin Trainer Gallery in a PSA 9. Then we were able to get one in a 10, so very happy I'm going to be able to add one of those to my collection. We have more half legend cards as well. We have the Suicune and Entei legend in a PSA 9. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And let me know if you guys have watched Monsters Inc. Does that Entei not look like the Abominable Snowman? Let me know down below. Alright, and then we have the top half of the Rayquaza and Deoxys legend card, also in a PSA 9. So as you can see, it makes one big picture like so. I think these are awesome. Really, really like this. And in the Sword and Shield era, we actually got the V-Union cards, which was 4 pieces that made one big picture. All right, up next, we have the bottom half in a PSA 8 of the Ho-Oh Legend card. And here is the top half, which actually got a PSA 9. But there you go. That is what it looks like in a full image. So good. Let me know your thoughts on these guys. Are you a fan of them or are you not? I think they are awesome. Very, very awesome. It'd be cool if PSA could find a way to put them both in one slab. But yeah, guys, keep smashing that like button if you are enjoying this video. It is greatly appreciated. There is the bottom half of the Suicune and Entei. Also got a PSA 8. And then also be sure to check out my previous PSA returns. I always have some really fire PSA videos for you guys. Some amazing cards, not from myself, but from you as well. And we get the PSA 10 Mewtwo EX from Breakthrough. I was able to pull this and grade it to get a PSA 10. Very happy because Mewtwo is my 3rd favorite Pokemon, just behind Mew at number 2 and Charizard at number 1. We get a Blastoise EX in the PSA 9. I actually purchased this at Comic-Con in London, which was really, really cool. And unfortunately, it was so close to getting a 10, but I love this card. Blastoise EX. Very, very cool. Now, guys, probably the best card in the submission, and it is a Rayquaza level X, because this, I believe, is pop 41 or 44. There are only 44, around 44, maybe 41 in a PSA 10, and last sold was, I think, $3,000. So very, very happy to be able to pull that and get a PSA 10. That is absolutely phenomenal. And then another really low pop card. This is the Ho-Oh Holo from Call of Legends, and I believe this is pop 17. There are only 17 cards in a PSA 10, and this managed to get a PSA 10. Very, very happy with this. I don't even know what this goes for, so that is absolutely cool. Ho-Oh is an amazing Pokemon. I absolutely love it. But yes, guys, that is going to wrap it up. Be sure to hit that like button, check out my previous PSA videos, and I'll see you next time.